in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life. Now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Hello there, stream. Hopefully you can all hear me. Do let me know if you can. Yeah. Oh, bless you. Yes, someone can hear something.
Bless you.
Right, so let's go into our game view, and this is what we're at right now. We're playing computer games. I like the idea of that, and we're going to start off with Sins of a Galactic Empire this evening. Hi, Lavo. How are you doing?
Hello, I am good.
Good.
Very eager.
And you're gonna tell me some stuff and things about what's going on with Soji right now, aren't you? Now, I know that you've been doing pretty much a total rebuild of Soji to make it a bit more stable and beautiful and nice and stuff.
Yes.
So tell me all about that.
Where do I start? Actually, 1 second.
Oh, he's going. He can't cope. He's run away. Ladies and gentlemen, stream over.
No. I figured you just didn't want to hear me cleaning my nose.
Accurate.
Yes. So yes, the rebuild of Soj. Yes, it is very much as you described. Basically in starting from scratch and porting over everything one by one.
Jesus, and you're doing that like from a totally fresh, kind of like from a clean build.
Yes, basically I had vanilla sins. It's technically still like with the rebuild because you can if you load it up right now. Technically speaking, the vanilla factions are still there. They're all in the background, but
oh, nice.
You don't see them in the player selection screen. So essentially, what I'm doing is I'm porting everything from Soj, renaming it one by one. I'm hoping to actually cut out the vanilla stuff soon, as I don't really, or I shouldn't need it. But it's there. It was there more for the initial gameplay scenario def related things and so on.
Okay,
because as we all know.
I always find there's a bunch of crap that you end up with that's probably in the kind of, in all the manifests that you don't really need or want, but if you get rid of them, then it causes its own little problems. So, it's sometimes nice to do a rebuild because you get rid of all the extraneous stuff you don't want anymore.
Yeah, but for me, the problem isn't so much the stuff from Vanilla Sins. It's all the stuff from the mod that isn't used anymore or is just broken.
The broken things.
As the one thing with Soj, as some people ask me, hey, and when I've mentioned the rebuild, like, hey, haven't you rebuilt the mod before? Haven't you done all the stuff once before? And my answer is actually no. This mod, Soj, as it stands now, is actually based off of an old entrenchment build.
It is. I know you used to have a lot of entrenchment stuff in there, didn't you?
Yes, we used to have more vanilla assets, but thanks to thanks to Warb Null, who is a absolutely amazing individual, I never thank enough. And now that I'm on a public channel, I will thank this modeler profusely because
he is a truly talented modeler.
Because Soj might not be here if it wasn't for all the models and assets.
Okay, I've already got an important question for you, Lavo. Matt Ross Campbell is asking why it hurts when he pees. Can you shed any light on that?
Oh, this is a very, very important question.
If you can relate it to Soji, that's even better.
Well, yeah, you know when it hurts to pee in Soji, it's like that. What happens is when you're just trying to send a wave of little combat frigates up against a fleet of Imperial Star Destroyers.
That would definitely hurt.
Yeah.
Right, we should probably play a game or something, shouldn't we, just to show off what's going on?
Probably. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, you think that, wouldn't you? I'm going to play a small match. I'll just play one with 22 stars, just a random one. And that means I can only play against one person. So what do you suggest I play as?
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring. I thought you were gonna drag me in.
Am I going
That
to drag
works
you
too.
in? All right, I'm going to do that. How's your internet connection?
Hopefully, good enough.
Oh no, I don't want direct connect. I want ICO. Right. So,
Yes.
are you joining in as
Yes.
well, Bane? Is this happening?
No, I'm purely question asking this evening and watching you on your stream.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. For some reason, I had this impression that I was gonna be dragged in for reasons.
Oh no, I like the
Apparently-
idea of that because you'll be able to tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, look,
if I
there's
actually
campaign
play.
things. What are these campaign things? Thrawn's campaign.
Oh, these are actually pre-made scenarios and maps. Like if you load them, you're gonna start with a bunch of ships and planets already under your control and so on.
I see.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, what are you planning to expand that at all? Are you going to kind of do Thrawn's campaign 1, Thrawn's campaign 2, and maybe use smaller maps?
Probably not, because going with those sort of battle scenarios, they would end up, well, because basically at a certain point you're gonna get super strong anyway, and you're just
Okay.
gonna say like you have these. In short, that probably wouldn't work too well, and also there's a limit of how many plants we know of that work there, and so on and so forth. But the
Okay.
big thing with these scenarios is these are just the start of the scenario. So how it actually works out, so to speak, can go anywhere. Basically, you can end up like with the historical routes, or you can go with a historic route too.
Okay, that's cool. I've just set up a new game under the very original game title, Girl Gaming/New.
So we've actually got a
right.
legitimate question just come in.
That's not good.
Lavo.
Saying that checksum is different.
Oh, we got different
Checksum, no.
checksums.
Oh dear, he's broken it already. He's broken it already.
Did you use the bit I sent you? Or did I
Yes,
send
yeah,
you that bit
I
earlier?
extracted it right in there.
So,
Oh, well,
Lavo, is the I got a question from Total D-Bag here. He asked, "Is the Providence in this mod currently?"
Yes.
The Providence. Well, I'm happy to inform you that we have an entire CIS faction, and not only do we have a Providence, but we also have the Invisible Hand.
You do actually, yeah. And of course the Lucre Hulk, the impossible to kill Ring of Doom.
We have two versions of the Local Hulk. and
Right.
they're
So
often-
what are we
and
going to
they
do
are
about
visually
this,
different,
Lavo? Do you want me to have a look at my checksum?
too. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. All right. So
Okay.
not technical difficulties. There are none at all. My mod checksum, and this is how you check whether other people's are going to
I'm
work
waiting
with
for it to
yours.
actually load up on the stream,
Oh,
because maybe
it'll probably be
it'll
about
load up on the stream.
15 seconds, maybe.
Something like that, because then I'll actually be able to see it. Oh, mods, and oh, there's the problem. You forgot the squad reduction add-on.
Oh, I might have actually just shoved that directly into it.
You might have. Well, that's that. Then I will try doing that. Right.
Okay.
Now. Let's see.
Yeah, I
what
think that's
happens.
what I did. I just extracted the game info file from the squad reduction directly into the mod folder.
Completely legitimate way of doing things. But that's probably why why it's so different.
You know
Okay,
how I
let's see.
like tidy.
Yeah, and soon you won't have to have a problem because I will announce this over the stream. I intend to integrate squad reduction into the mod proper.
Oh, that's
So
really
no
cool.
more of this mini mod, because while on the one hand having a lot of fighters is more accurate and so on and so forth,
It's more visually appealing, but
but in gameplay wise it's just not as good.
well, it's a shit on performance as well, isn't it? So
Many things in Soj are shit on performance, and that's why the rebuild is happening.
excellent.
And what would really be nice is a task manager would be working. Ah, there we go.
Is it Windows 10
Good.
Task Manager? I've noticed that that's useless.
Yes, it is. How did you know?
I was trying to use it earlier, and it wasn't working out the way I was hoping. It didn't tell me anything, and then it lied to me when it started telling me things.
Oh, for me the problem is you have to wait like 10 seconds before you can actually use it. And then whenever you switch tabs, you got to wait even more now because reasons, essentially. Now then, let's load this up and see what the checksum looks like. And is there any more questions from the crowd? 'Cause
Let's
I
see what
am
we've got
watching
so
you guys.
far. It looks like Bismarck and Debug are arguing with one another, so they have no questions currently.
Sounds like the usual, then.
Any questions?
1, 2. Still have a different checksum.
That's just unacceptable behaviour.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. You go have fun. What do you think of my idea?
Well, if you watched it, you could tell me what I'm doing bad.
I did. Lavo, from what I understand, you sort of joined Soj after the initial creation. Is that right? And you inherited quite a lot of the mod. At the early stages from someone else. Is that right?
That would be correct. When I joined, this was after 1.0e was done. Oh god, fast ship speed. It's gonna be fun.
Lavo, I have another important question. Boxers or briefs?
I am a boxers man.
As am I.
The fish you asked.
I've got boxers that suit the newfangled jeans, which apparently have the crotch area around the knees. Have you seen those? They've got like this extended crotch zone. Nobody has a dick that big. Nobody. I've looked.
Hey,
I've been in public urinals. I know.
It's nice and roomy there. Unlike some of these jeans where like they want, we want to get the edgy teenager audience. Everything's so tight. And when I see those, I think, well, that's nice and all, but I like having circulation down there.
It's kind of gone full circle since I was a kid. Like when I was in school, everyone's jeans were so loose that they were hanging out under their arses. You could literally see the skiddies on the underside of their boxes. They were so low, and it's just gone totally the other way now. Now they're like, rib cage high and they're as tight as fuck. What's going on?
No, the only jeans of those I see on are old men.
I swear we were playing Star Wars and we started talking about fashion. It's like, what?
This is D-Bag's fault. This is D-Bag's fault.
There was another serious question though from Sanis who asked, is the Old Republic in the mod?
What Old Republic do you mean? Do you mean the Clone Wars era Republic?
You've lured him. You've lured him.
So I will ask for a clarification. So which Old Republic do you mean?
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
But before that, there is a previous question you asked Bane about me inheriting Soj.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll give you a full answer on that.
Okay.
When I came onto Soj, it was probably 7 years ago or something like that now.
Yeah.
There was no development going on. It was essentially dead. It was abandoned by its original founder.
Was that Evil Jedi?
Yes, Evil Jedi. It was completely abandoned, and I nearly never. And so just a friend of mine. It's like, you got to get Sins. You're gonna love it. There's a Star Wars mod out for it. This is my friend and old-time friend and tech and still staff member Chimera, and so it's like, okay, fine, I'll get it, and I immediately just fell in love with it. It was just so much fun, but me being my usual self,
okay, you just decided to do everything.
I first just saw a lot of things that were seemingly broken and didn't make sense. So first I did fixes. Just what we did. So, and thanks to Evaders, who was still running the site, we had access to the beta build of that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did fixes. And what we did was first we downloaded the beta build, and then we just sent each other our internal changes through like file sharing sites. Eventually, I went up to Evaders and said, "Hey, can I get access to the internal repository? Because I've done all these changes. I want to put them to the beta."
Okay.
And then he was like, "Oh, sweet, someone who wants to work on the mod."
And that's how it started.
Yeah,
as it always does.
Thanks to Evaders who kept the internal repository alive.
Okay, we've got a response to our question. They're suggesting the KOTOR time period.
Well, there currently is a separate team working on the KOTOR era.
Mm-hmm. I've had a little play around with that one. It's still very much in its infancy.
Yeah, it's very much in an alpha stage, but they are indeed working on it. At this time. You can actually download their alpha, but so technically, yes, they're in Soj, but they are in a pre-alpha state.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I believe the current intent, if I'm correct here, Lavo, is to make it kind of semi-compatible with Soji itself, so you could use it alongside Soji factions, but they'd get dicked.
Yeah, they might, like one of the two might get dipped. Basically, yes, it's gonna be there. Hopefully, the plan is to have it be its own standalone thing, but also compatible with Soj proper.
Okay,
so you could still do Empire versus Sith Empire, but it might not necessarily be balanced.
So, Lava, I've got another question. This one's coming in from Battleship Bismarck. He asks if are there plans to nerf the amount that Tartan patrol cruisers can be built, e.g., having 200 plus Tartans and as such, due to their very high DPS or rate of fire?
Well, I'm not sure if this is in the current public release. It should, but I actually did an adjustment to the Tartans. So even though their DPS is technically very high, they don't, because of how damage types work. They themselves, the real DPS, aka what actually happens, not what is shown on the info card, is actually quite low. So even if you have 200 of them right now, and you send them with like an ISD, well, they're gonna have a bit of a hard time. They're gonna win because there's 200 Tartans, but they're
they're gonna lose some Tartans on the way,
to say the least.
Now I'm in the process of trying to load into a game. I hope I haven't crashed it. It's been thinking about it for a bit though. What have I done?
So
I think there was another.
Oh, here we go. I'm loading in now.
Here.
I'm playing as the CIS for this one. I'm against a random opponent. I'll tell you who it is in a moment. I did want to ask you something. During the course of the rebuild, are you going to make Research Victory and the other one, Diplomatic Victory, an accessible thing?
I thought Diplomatic Victory should have been accessible there. Didn't it say you could? Maybe you're thinking of Occupation.
Occupation. Excuse me, my apologies.
Research Victory. I mean, I can add it back in. I don't really have any plans to do so. I can. It won't be that hard to do. Oh yeah, Skybox is off. That's a shame.
What's the Skybox doing off? Let's just take a look.
Go to the menu section there. Check if it's on.
Doesn't seem to like it.
So I did get another.
It's checked off.
Another question for you, Lavo. Let's just
Maybe
go in.
You didn't extract the thing I sent you.
I totally did. It happened. Was there another file, possibly?
Yes.
No, it was just no. Yeah, you definitely didn't have it.
You failed, Chris. A goal. You failed.
You failed, though. And that might explain why our checksums.
Yeah, you learn how to zip.
And that might explain why our checksums were different too.
It totally happened.
Lavo, one of the questions came in. It's very similar to. I know a lot of the guys who play Starfree, and hopefully the guys know that you helped immensely on that mod as well. The question came from Tony. He wondered whether you will ever make the AI for the Empire very similar to the kind of Borg hard mode that's in Armada 3. Do you have any plans to work on the AI so that you can have kind of a challenge mode from the AI, or do you plan just to keep the AI as they are now? Are you happy with the AI?
It's funny. It's funny he asks it in that manner. As most of the time I'm asked the opposite, that they find the AI to be too difficult. And they're like, can you make it easier? It's really kicking my ass. Please help. Or it's too hard.
You haven't made the AI easy.
Yeah, and I tell them, look, you can only make it as hard as now, or you're kind of screwed. They're actually, if you get the AI add-ons pack, I mean the Soj add-ons pack, there is submods in there that do improve the difficulty of the AIs across the board.
Okay.
Okay. What mods would they? Do you know what they are specifically?
Well, it's there. If you go to the Soj add-ons pack, let me get here for 4.10.1. There's two. There you have ones called Tougher AI and Nightmare AI.
Nice.
You can only activate one of them at each time, but I'd like to think they're fairly self-descriptive.
Yeah. Oh well, nightmare sounds a bit like a nightmare.
Actually, they're not as good as actually, no. I will correct myself and say yes, I do indeed have plans to add some more to those. Because they aren't as tough as I would like them to be, it seems. Unless I'm looking at an out-of-date version. Which is entirely possible, knowing me. But here we go for 4.10.1.
Ready for input. Very well.
Oh, no, okay, no. No, I was looking at out-of-date version. That's good. So that's tougher AI. Let's look at the Nightmare AI and see if it matches up to its name. Does not seem to. Oh well. Oh well, it could be harder.
It could be harder. Well, you heard it here, folks. Possibly harder AI in the future coming.
Oh yes. Next release, I'll make. I promise you to just make it harder. But
just make it insanely hard so that you just lose all the time.
Well, in my case, insanely hard basically means just give them more free stuff.
Now, I obviously mentioned there, Lava, that you've done a lot of work across the mods. I just want to ask, how many Sins mods have you actually helped out and worked on now in the Sins community? Because it's got to be at least 3, 4, 5. You know, you seem to be everywhere.
Okay. I'll answer this with 2 questions. 1, does this count mods that I am staff on?
No, just all mods, because I know you're a big, and I want to let people here know that you, I appreciate, especially everything that you did for Armada 3, for example, and I know you weren't officially staff, but you were part of our team, it always felt like to me, and I know that you've helped out with a lot of mod teams.
Boy. Okay, let's go over the list. The big list. I of course run Soj. I'm I'm the design lead for Sins of the Prophets. I worked on STA3. I was technically staff on Axanar before that.
Sadly, had to be cancelled. We are sad about that one.
Before that had to be cancelled. What else? I've also worked with Goafan. I've collaborated with Goafan on a number of Star Wars and Marvel related things. Back early on in Rebellion, before Rebellion and shortly after Rebellion was released.
Look at this little recusant here hiding behind the Lucre Hulk. He's like, no, I don't want any part of this.
Well, Lucre Hulk is a lot more durable than it. So
yeah, but look at this guy. He's right out there. He's like, I'm going to take him on.
Well, you know, the Recolsons weren't exactly known for having the best AI. They just loved to charge forward. So that guy in the back there, he's the odd man out.
So you're saying, we've got STA3, Sins of the Prophets,
Yes,
Sins of the Empire, Interregnum, obviously you've helped out each other with.
This isn't directly moderated, but me and Zombie both did some research into various Rebellion features, and we also both did some early research into, really the first research into how the Sins AI works, and how we could play along. That actually dates back all the way, I think, to Entrenchment.
That is pretty impressive credentials, if I do say myself.
Oh, my recusant died. I'm sad now.
I just want to point out, guys, if you ever wonder, one of the big things that Lava really helped us out on, which he's famous for in our team, is obviously the MVAM on the Prometheus.
Yes.
Getting that separation working was amazing, and I know Max was when you and Max finally got that perfect together. It was like a eureka moment for us in the mods.
That's actually probably the buff work that to this day I am the most pleased with, most proud of personally.
I gotta admit, it looks fantastic in the game, and people were telling us it couldn't be done, but you pulled it off, and if it didn't sound too loud, I would clap my hands right now for that, because that was pretty impressive.
People said, well, it can't be done. My view is, well, what are you doing, making frigates? Okay, let's figure out a way to make frigates and make it work.
You pretty much, if the Ironclad engine, you look at it and you say, yeah, no, that can't be done. No, it can. There's a way around that. We'll find a way to make it work, which I've always appreciated.
I like seeing challenges.
There was an earlier question I just want to come back to. I think it's from GD Bats, and he said, and I think this applies to both franchises really. Do you feel that Star Wars and Star Trek are two sometimes hotter properties to make total conversion mods for, at least with all the lawsuits on fan productions? I think he's referring here to obviously your work with us on Axanar and.
Well, Star Wars isn't. It has traditionally been a very mod-friendly franchise. And as far as I am aware, even after the rights of games have been given to EA, this has not changed.
Yeah.
It's essentially like you still don't see cease and desists over using Star Wars in the name of mods. You don't see
mods. Sorry, I had a
you
moment.
don't see a you don't see a crackdown on modders that suddenly happened. So personally, I'm very encouraged for the future of Star Wars mods. I'm hoping that like next future Star Wars releases from EA are mod friendly.
Yeah.
As I admittedly haven't seen that much, but you know I'm cautiously optimistic. Seeing as how, like, for example, Star Wars Empire at War has stayed alive to this day, regardless of how good the base game is, entirely due to all the mods available for it. So maybe the commercial value of free mods will be recognized here.
I agree with you there, and I think there are other games that have recently come out that are really going to lend their hands to modding as well. So that's going to be nice.
And there have also unfortunately been recent releases where mods have been discounted, much to the detriment of the game itself. Such as, to me personally, most disappointingly, would be Homeworld Remastered.
Yeah.
No mod tools, and the modding community is kind of going because of that.
Isn't there a large modding community involved there?
There was, and that's why they originally promised modding tools, but they never happened.
No, they haven't delivered on that yet, have they?
No, and they probably won't ever. Let's be honest here.
Which is a massive shame because, you know, it just going through the mods. You know, you've got the Stargate mod for Homeworld. You've got the, I think there's even a Halo mod. You've got a Star Wars one. I know for sure. You've got a Star Trek mod that was really popular. Yeah,
it's actually the sister mod.
That's correct. Yes. Sorry. What's the name? Homefront. That was it. Yeah. And I think that's a real shame, you know. And I'm kind of worried sometimes that.
As I'll tell you honestly, firsthand, and I've said this before to people, and now I'm putting it again, but this time on a more public platform. If I planned to do a mod for Homeworld, I planned to do a Star Wars mod for Homeworld, and I had a whole design planned up to take advantage, which would also take advantage of the 3D space that Homeworld provides.
Yeah.
And I was going to take full advantage of that and make a Star Wars mod. I mean, a Clone Wars mod here. So positioning would be a key variable in here, among other things. But because there are no modding tools, it is just not going to happen.
So that's a crying shame.
Yeah, it is, and I think again that's a failure. I mean, a lot of people were concerned, obviously, when Disney got the rights to Star Wars, that suddenly a lot of people would suddenly see cease and desist as well, and that modding tools would be something that doesn't come through. But you know, it's not happened, and I think that's a nice thing. I mean, as you know, because obviously you were staff at it, it was such a shame when CBS felt the need to crack down on the Axanar team, you know, and that obviously for our, because we're just normal people here, you know, for our volunteer efforts, it wasn't worth us continuing Axanar for threat of, you know, being sued from some powerful company far away, you know, and I often worry that if we had continued, would we have been sued because, you know, we were assuming great work.
I have a feeling that wouldn't have happened. I think because we'd been in contact, like with various parties, I don't think we would have been, because I mean we were definitively not profiting in any way.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's another point. I think that's worth saying is that all these mods that obviously you worked on, Lavo, not for profit,
No.
volunteers, hours of work. I must have. I hate to think how much time you have spent in Sins.
You have. I spend more Sins. I spent much more time modding than actually playing Sins.
That's actually part of the reason I stopped.
I can understand that, but no, I've just spent so many. I've spent so much time in Sins. Modding. You've no idea how much time.
I must also ask, Lavo. I mean, obviously, you took Soj over from Evil, and obviously you were producing that. Obviously, you had Garafan producing Interregnum. You now have Ascendancy on the scene as well. How do you feel about the obviously there's space for everybody, but how do you feel about the fact that there's two other big Star Wars mods out there for Sins? How does that form your direction with Soj, and do you feel that each mod is different enough from each other to occupy that space?
Well, with Soj, I have a direction for it. I've had a direction for it this whole time. I've had a idea of where I want this mod to go, and that there are new Star Wars mods on the scene does not change where I've wanted to go.
Yeah.
With this project, are they on the scene? You know, I wish them the best of luck. I hope they do well. Interregnum is it's a very interesting thing. It's taking the already great mod E4X and it's expanding it to include Star Wars races. I think that's really a great thing for people who like the gameplay of Vanilla Sins. As E4X, it further enhances that gameplay greatly. And then on top of that, you have Interregnum, which adds Star Wars races into the mix.
Which we like.
We
like Star Wars races.
And cool. Ascendancy, Thrawn's revenge for Empire at War is, without a doubt, of the released mods for Empire at War. In my opinion, it is the most well done of all the released, currently available mods.
I'd agree with you there, and it is still being worked on, which is nice. A lot of Empire at War mods are kind of dead in the water now. Not all of them, but some.
Yeah. Well, that's a history. I can give you a history lesson on that later. But they have a very good mod there, and not only that, after all their years of working, they also have an exceptional team. So I look forward after a while from now, say a year from now, to see what they will have produced for Sins.
I would say, having played all three of the Star Wars mods, they all take different directions and they've all got very different balances to them. So, I mean, as a player, don't choose one, play them all, for the love of God.
Well, I mean, Interregnum and Soj are completely different. Soj and Ascendancy are both total conversions. Interregnum is not.
But they're very different from one another as well. I mean, you've kind of gone down a particular route, which I really like. I like the way it plays, and I like the speed of the game that you've introduced. Whereas I feel like the Ascendancy team, they've gone more down the route of kind of, rather unsurprisingly, Empire at War.
Well, yes, where they have experience.
Yeah, and they've kind of... They've delineated it along those lines and made it similar to that. Agreed. Yeah. Matt Ross Campbell agrees.
Well, I guess the big thing will be to see, because Empire at War has many, many, many differences, and I can go on because I've experienced with Empire at War as well. It was one of the first games I ever modded. But the big thing with Empire at War that's different between it and Sins, besides the hardpoint system, is the fighters. Fighters are actually done well in Empire War.
Yeah, I agree.
Done decently, and whereas regular ships have pathfinding problems, fighters work brilliantly, and in Sins, it's reversed. Big ships work very well, but fighter mechanics in Sins are absolutely lacking.
And I can't, to be honest, you can't think of any mods that use fighter attacks for most of their ships.
It's not even fighter attacks.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's the fighter and squad entities themselves,
Yeah.
which are problematic. So what might be, at least this is my, they're probably gonna hear this and it's like, what is this guy talking about? He doesn't know anything about our mod and how we work. But what might, at least from what I imagine, what one of their biggest challenges might be reconciling the fighter mechanics of
Sins, yeah.
Sins. From what I've read, they have a very brilliant idea of converting the antimatter system into a starfighter system.
Yeah.
And having a whole supply thing like that might be their very good way of reconciling it.
Yeah.
But how well it works remains to be seen.
I mean, what I do like in one of the systems that they have added is something we were obviously trying as well in Axstar, which was to have the buff chains with the damage state. So as your ship takes more damage, the less effective it becomes. I really like that kind of forward thinking. I know you've pioneered a lot of buff chains in Soj as well. You mentioned obviously the chain in Star 3, but for Soj particularly, what do you think your biggest triumph has been in the mod over the years?
What is the biggest triumph? Well, there's another things. One is just getting it all to work, and then somehow with 6 factions. I guess what's my biggest triumph besides getting it to work? Would my biggest triumph?
Planet development finished.
Good question. I would like to cautiously say, some people might even disagree with my assessment, is that there are or at least 5 out of 6 of the races have at least some sort of distinct playstyle and strategy.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm concerned, but there's a lot of naughty men here.
That's fine. Nothing.
You'll kill them. You got capital ships. You'll be fine.
But that's really what I'm happy. What I am pleased over is that you have all these 6 factions, and sure they might even have sometimes kind of similar ships setups, but they all have a different, distinct playstyle, and that's what I'm very glad.
I think Sanis has just said it best there. He said, to him, Soji is all about capital ships, Ascendity is about fighter supply, and Interregnum is the sides and the random events. And that's what he loves about all three of these mods. Which is, I think, is a really good analogy.
That would be a good fair assessment. Admittedly, because there is no such thing as real accuracy, and positioning isn't a thing either, I've found that it's not that good, easy to make the smaller ships useful, shall we say? And
I've
you
lost a
might want to
munificent.
do a hit, and you might want to do a hit and run here.
I'm not leaving.
Okay.
Either they die or we die.
Then go for the Marauder frigates first.
Are they highly damaging? I know they die like you wouldn't believe.
They die. They do good damage output, so you're gonna cut their firepower, their focus fire ability well. So you take out those little frigates first.
You should know that already. You've played many games with these Marauder frigates.
I can't remember things.
You need to sort this out.
I don't expect him to ever remember things.
I shouldn't really lecture
Thank you,
him, 'cause
Lavo.
every time I've played Sins against him recently, he's beat me horribly. So, as the channel well knows, so I need to. Lavo, I need you to teach me how to play Soj so that I can kick his ass.
Don't teach him.
Okay. Don't.
If you could put like a secret I win button somewhere in the game for me, and we'll not tell him which faction it's on.
I have a secret I win button. You just
Alright.
can't get it.
All right, okay.
It's the AI's. It's the AI's booster.
The AI booster. Well, if you can hide
Yes.
one, just in like a demo alpha copy on a certain faction. We won't tell him which one, and then I'll play that faction, and then I can win.
Yeah.
There's already a secret I win button. It's called B-Girl Gaming.
Oh, it's on.
Oh, smack.
Or you just like play as the New Republic, and then just build, or as the Empire, just build lots of Star Destroyers.
Star Destroyers. That's the key. I did say that the other day. I thought I had lots of Star Destroyers when I played it the other day. Obviously, I failed. This was in Ascendancy, of course. But
Okay, this has been there's a question here, and I've seen it because I'm watching the chat, so I
What we
want
got?
to actually answer it. Are there plans to add any additional ships to the current Soj factions?
Ooh, that was a little while back, yeah.
Admittedly, I don't have any plans to add in more ships to the Soj factions because it's a combination of two things. One is just what would they do? Like what role overlap would they be? Like what would they actually even do? What's their purpose? And the other thing is taking time to actually rig them and prepare them for the game. To me, is just something as I would instead rather improve the ones we have. As there are a number of models here which are very old and have been in since like the dawn of the mod, but they currently aren't that well rigged in terms of firepower, so they don't look pretty. And that's something that probably could use changes. One example, this would be the mediator super capital the Republic has. It's not that good.
Okay, that's good to know.
So another question just came in. Have you ever considered adding a pirate / Mandalorian faction?
No, I don't see that specific sort of faction wouldn't really work in Soj. Like even like the Black Sun, for example, you don't see them as being a flat-out governing faction. They aren't a big empire like any of the other factions. Even technically speaking, the rebels would be hard pressed. Maybe like say you would see a Mandalorian faction in the Old Republic era. I mean that's just like a maybe down the road sort of thing. But in at least in the time span of Soj, in Soj, a Mandalorian faction, pirate faction, they would not fit as a proper faction.
I think there's a lot of love for pirates ever since, obviously, way back. We talked about Empire earlier, but ever since Forces of Corruption and Time Zone storyline.
Oh god, that was terribly done for a number of reasons. All of their units were basically intentionally overpowered.
Absolutely. I tried to win with that as well, Lavo, and it didn't work out, as Chris is laughing probably now.
Well, you still won against him once in STA3.
Was this about STA3?
He beat you once.
I did.
I have no memory of this.
Yes, it is your mark of shame. Don't send your fighters against the anti-fighter frigate gull, please.
I'll do what I want.
It's just how he rolls.
They'll rebuild. It'll be fine.
My voice is so low that it makes his audio load up. I'm sorry about that. It should, at least with TeamSpeak, it should be adjustable.
It should be. I think maybe you were further away from your mic, and obviously today I'm not actually using my mic. I'm using my headset. So people are saying that Bane is really loud. That's because the microphone is about an inch away.
He's not talking about the volume. He's talking about the depth of your voice.
Oh. Well.
Because you're a man's man, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Okay.
But yes. What else?
There is the famous Lavo typing. Everyone has just heard that, Lavo.
Yeah, Lavo's typing is remarkable. I've never heard anything quite like it.
This man is amazing. You know when Lavo's about because his mechanical keyboard is picked up throughout the centuries.
If Lavo's doing work, everyone knows about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're like, oh, Lavo's here. There's keyboard sounds. Oh dear. So,
I quite appreciate that though.
No, I do. Always do. I always enjoyed it. When it was in the meeting, I was like, yeah, Lavo's working hard. I can tell. There's keyboards going off.
Yes.
So, overall, would you say that Soj? Obviously, we talked about you rebuilding it, but would you say Soj is as complete faction-wise as it's going to get?
Yes, it's not likely going to get. It's not getting any new factions. And I doubt it's going to get any more new ships or ships at this point. Most of the gameplay for the mod is very much done and set in stone at this point.
That is good.
I feel like it's getting near.
Right,
a
I hear that
complete
Bane is
state.
super loud, so I'm just gonna play with the volume leveling a little bit here.
I'm not loud.
I feel like it's getting close to a complete state.
So let's just go into here.
I'm going to be turned down now to be non-existent. I feel
Oh
sad.
no. Bye, Bane. Well, you will be missed. I'm super glad didn't use voices from the Clone Wars TV show.
It's all gone dark on the stream while you.
Right, tell me how that
around.
is.
I would, but you forced me to watch a horrible advert now, so I'm not happy.
Have I?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Structure complete.
Some people won't get the adverts. Those who don't, those who have ad block won't get them.
Sorry, that's me. I'm a terrible person like that.
I know. Where's my money, man?
Like, oh, please disable. Actually, I probably should disable it here. Let's do that.
So I just see a message from George the Cat, and he said he just wanted to say I think it's awesome that there are people like you guys giving us all the awesome content for us to use and enjoy. Thank you very much. So there's a thank you there, Lavo.
I appreciate it.
I would say that for all the modding community, really. You know, I would say to you guys that modders like myself and Go were we and Lavo is still. We always tried our best to do something. You know, it does take away from your family time. It takes away from your friends. But we wanted to make it because we're passionate, and I don't think any modder does it unless they're passionate, because it is so much work. Let's be honest. Really, you do it because you love what you do and you love modding games, and you know, and I know Lava, you especially, as we mentioned earlier, love
almost too much.
Almost too much. You're a machine, man, a machine. So
yes, I have gotten angry remarks over. I have gotten displeased remarks.
What, you don't want to come out? You just want to stay indoors and mod? Yes.
Yeah, actually, conversations have gone exactly like this.
It's something that happens. It's something I regularly get told off for as well. So.
I'm getting asked whether I prefer boxers or briefs, and
Research complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you over the weekend.
You're gonna keep a sample for research purposes.
I am.
I think boxers. I like to have space to maneuver.
But what about? But will you instead go with the middle road of boxer briefs?
Well, boxer briefs are comfortable as well, because you want a little bit of space, but you don't want too much.
Because I primarily go with boxers, but I do have a reserved collection of boxer briefs that I use. When doing
Here's the
sports.
question though: Do you go expensive underwear like Calvin Klein, or do you go cheap?
Structure complete.
Matalan all the
For
way.
boxers, I actually for regular boxers, I've been using the same type of boxers for
Structure complete.
Since you're a wee boy.
It's been over. I think the same brand. It's been over, and they've been around with the same line, even some of the same styles for over a decade, with the jockeys.
What's this guy doing? He's just decided he wants to
Die.
he just wants to invade. He's off.
Actually, those fighters, send those against the frigates. Send the fighters against the frigates, or not.
They're just doing what they want to do.
He doesn't care. They're all drones to him.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't. It doesn't really matter how
They're all
many
robots.
die.
They're all droids. Get rid of the droids. You know,
Death to droids.
death to droids.
Whoa,
However-
whoa!
Complete.
I disapprove heartily.
Well, no, we want to give death to droids by them causing death to organics.
That's acceptable.
So let me just ask the stream, guys, if you've got any more questions for Lavo, particularly on Soj, because looking at the time, we will be moving on to Sins of the Prophets not too long from now. So if you've got any more questions about Soj in particular that you'd like to ask Lavo, let's have that fired off. Start putting those questions in now while we're still on Soj, while Chris is conquering the galaxy.
I feel pretty awful about the fact that I just haven't met any naughty men yet.
You haven't met any naughty men. I'm disappointed in you. I think you should be as aggressive as you were against me
Well, if he's on a small map, that's why. Because in small maps, the people are actually at opposite ends of the galaxy.
That is true.
So it's your fault, though.
Although I've just seen a scout, I think, at one of his words.
Good. Oh,
Yeah,
Christ. I've sold all the wrong stuff.
good job.
Don't laugh.
Oh wait, Gonst,
Gazanti Cruiser.
Gazanti
What's
Cruiser.
this?
I don't have any plans to add that currently.
What's this assassin class?
Oh, it's a class from the new Star Wars Rebels.
Filthy rebellion scum. I will
It's
find
an
them.
Empire ship. It's an Empire ship.
Ah, boring.
Well, the other thing with the Constanzi is, by at least Soj standards, it does not even hold a full squadron of TIE fighters. It only holds 4 fighters in its underside racks.
Okay.
So it wouldn't really even fit with Soj's. It's not only a light ship, but it also doesn't.
Let me ask you, Lavo, what do you feel about the new Star Wars, the First Order and the new film? Are you angry at the way that they've taken the storyline? Are you happy with the way they've taken the storyline? I take it you've
I
seen
guess
the
the
film,
best thing, yes, the best thing you could say is mixed. I liked the film. I mean, I was kind of confused by some aspects. Like, oh yeah, we're just gonna throw that there's a New Republic, and we're not gonna explain anything now. Just like it exists, and you're gonna accept it exists. And then there's like a resistance, even though the rebellion is gone, and we're not really gonna explain it. And the only way for you to know about this is if you read these terrible books.
I'm taking a guess it's because the New Order, whatever you want to call them, they control a particular sector of space, so there needs to be a resistance against them there.
No, it's
no?
completely different.
Oh God, what is it? What's going on with it? I simply cannot.
I'll give you an explanation.
Give me that
Basically, the
synopsis.
New Republic has most of the galaxy. The First Order is basically a splinter.
Right. Okay.
That a splinter faction of what was the old Empire. They're out in the unknown regions, but basically, as the New Republic is democracy and has ascended and all that, you have the good old-fashioned politics. Basically, you have a lot of people who underestimate the First Order and think, they're not going to do anything. So the Resistance, in many ways, is a privately funded army by a bunch of people who realize the threat of the First Order. And they're just working to, expose them and keep them in check before it is too late.
Okay, I see.
Which
They
it
were a
kind of
bit
was
late
in the film, a bit too late.
Yeah, but hey, if it didn't happen, then the New Republic would be really screwed over right now.
But are you mad that it kind of disregards what came before in terms of like stories like the Remnant?
A lot of the EU, I mixed some of the EU canon, like say the Dark Empire era was really bad, like really bad. But a number of the warlords, and of course Thrawn, are very good. I like to think that those things did happen because the new movies come a long time afterwards. But then again, they did things like the Battle of Jakku, which just completely make that a non-possibility. In addition to things like those just being really silly in and of themselves. So, it's one of those, and they've also brought back some things from the old canon, which is good. So it's like, well, I don't know, like they're doing some good things, but then there's also some bad things they're doing.
Okay.
I think they might have been able to handle it better. Like they could have been more selective with what they kept. Like they could have gotten Timothy Zahn to edit or make a new Thrawn series or something, which would have been really cool. They could have done that instead of what they did with like the Battle of Jakku routes, which would have been very interesting. They could have seen like the remnants of the Empire put out a much more coordinated and interesting fight. They could have kept a lot of the warlords, and seen those guys happen because really they could have easily happened with the setup they have now, but they didn't.
Do you think that I mean, obviously, Star Trek fans are still enraged, obviously, as you know, with Mr. JJ. Do you feel JJ though was the right choice from your perspective? Do you feel he was the right choice to make the new Star Wars films?
Well, he isn't doing the other films. He just did the first one.
Yeah. Well, do you feel he was to be the creative lead on the first one? Do you think?
I believe they said in the beginning of the first movie, of this new movie, the first line of it was something along the lines of, "Now we can begin to make things right," and that was a double entendre. It referred both to, you know, stuff in the movie, but also to giving a good refresh of the series, and I think that it was a very apt, very apt line. As you know, some people say, well, you know, it's very close to episode 4, yada yada yada, but it wasn't bad, first off, and also it's for a new generation. I personally quite liked the film, and I think that he was a good choice. Some people will disagree with me, but I think it was that the new movie was done quite well, and as one of the guys in the comment section said here, his style fits Star Wars quite well, and he also cut down on
he's learned some
he
valuable
also cut
lessons
down
about
on the
Bloom
lens
as
flare.
well.
He also cut down on the lens flare, so it's okay.
Damn lens flare. Well, I'm just going to check one more time that we've got no more questions about Soj itself. It seems like everybody's just following us along and raging.
I
with
will
us.
actually note some. Actually, I will talk a bit about it though. Besides, that we have the whole rebuild going on.
Yeah, please do. That would be great.
Well,
Because I'm
the
close to
rebuild
winning,
is-
and I want to do so.
Yeah, the rebuild. Yes, you want to do that. You should just rush to the homeworld. Do it. Kill any
Go
factories.
to
and
the
there.
homeworld. Do it now.
Yeah, no, kill the frigate factory that's there, and then go to the homeworld. You got this, go.
Our backup is
I think
Don't
so.
need to worry about a stupid asteroid.
We have wiped out
But yeah,
enemy colonies.
but yes, the rebuild I really do hope to improve. Oh, you have M-Stars there.
Yeah,
Max's
yeah. I'm fighting 'em.
glorious ISDs.
Oh yeah, these models were made by Max Loof. And I'm hoping to blow them up.
Hey, at least you get to see them in all their prettiness.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
You got this, go. You got
Did you
this.
just want to blow them up because they were made by Max, or you just wanted to blow them up? It sounded like just because Max made them, you wanted to. blow
No,
them
no,
up.
it was just a simple
Well-
desire for murder.
Well, also just a slight correction. Kylo Ren was not a Sith Lord. He's some random Sith apprentice at best, and he's pretty bad with rage issues. Oh, you get to see the good explosion.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom shakalaka. Why are you guys leaving? What are you doing?
They're retreating to their home.
Research complete.
You made them scared.
But yes, go. Just no, leave the asteroid skull, please. Just go to the homeworld already. You want to kill him, so defeat him. Decisive victory.
He always wants to win. See, it's how competitive he gets, Lavo. It's just,
Yeah.
you just
yes,
can't stop him.
But after the rebuild, I'm gonna probably be looking at a few things. One is I'm gonna be double checking the whole fighter situation. I might adjust fighter counts more on ships, the number of
Yes.
ships, and I also want to really take a hard look at antimatter.
Okay.
I want to figure out what do we do with it, because right now
I'd
early
like to know
abilities-
why
his
this
ability-
gentleman is travelling backwards outside of the gravity well.
But yes, currently, it's the ships. I mean, balance is like
Research complete.
is for antimatter is that abilities are almost entirely ruled by cooldowns, which makes sense, but also makes you question, well, what's the point of antimatter?
Problems.
Is that how I'm sounding?
No. I found problems.
No, you bombers. That's enough to deal with the problem.
Yes, the gravity well we're in doesn't allow me to release my fighters.
Oh, well.
Run!
Then well, keep going. You know. Oh wow, yeah, you're gonna be. Oh wow, that you might want to retreat. You should retreat immediately against all those Star Destroyers.
There will be no retreat.
Okay, well, okay, stream. Prepare for the Seagull's decisive loss. This is going to be the decisive defeat of the stream.
Absolutely not.
Droid program activated.
I have a
I'm
plan.
seeing
He
6.
plans to bum rush the capital. That's my theory.
Well,
Accurate
you know,
plan.
thanks to the fleet mechanics, you're lucky because they're not pursuing you, right? No, the CIS is not significantly faster than the Imperials. The ISD is actually very fast for a capital.
Research complete.
The Lucre Hulks are just slow as molasses.
Who's this guy? What are you doing here? Stop following me.
Oh right, Steam is behind. Stream is behind.
It is, yeah. It's about 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Our backup is joining the fight.
Now I get to wait and see who is following you.
There's an Imperial Star Destroyer that's just kind of like shadowing his forces.
There's a single Tector that's inside my forces.
Well, it's trying to kill. Well, it's being smart. It's actually in a very good position to do it. Well, unless like your fleet is big enough to kill it, which is a big if here. I think it's. I think. Oh no, yeah, it's trying to attack your guys.
In fact, the entire fleet is now pursuing him, so he's obviously upset them.
I appear to have done so. You are correct.
Destination locked.
Oh wow, yeah, Tector too. So he's gonna really. Oh wow, and here comes the rest of the cavalry.
Jump, jump, jump. Pool's fleet. Ah, yes.
Oh, you should take off group jump.
Scouts have found a colonizable planet.
Your
It's a fair
command,
point.
Commander.
Now let's see what
Our
happens.
backup is joining the fight.
Hello, enemy capital world.
Online.
I like that one Tector just in front of your entire fleet.
Research complete.
Online.
Kill it.
Prep for attack.
Kill it fast.
Send all your forces forwards, just even the other ones.
They're jumping in.
Here we go.
Ready for input.
Just rush to homeworld. Go, go, go.
Fire at will.
That wins the common award. Now watch as grey space triangles hurl glow
But
sticks
also,
at passing herd
make sure your
robots.
entire fleet stays grouped together. 'Cause some of your ships can't bomb.
I think you're in trouble here because they're all going to jump in on you anyway, so you're going to be facing. the
Yeah, I
right
know you're
opponent.
dividing your fleet, and you're gonna die.
I'm gonna be fine.
He's all good. He's going to die.
I've
So-
got this.
Find the weaker one. Oh, these are all high strength ones. Oh well.
Everything's fine.
Why aren't your other ships there standing at the edge of the gravel? Go, please.
Destination locked.
Our backup is joining.
Why can't you play like this when I'm playing you?
I've told you I'm awful against AI.
Well, I don't understand how you play so well against me,
Weapons
and then
activated.
you're playing so badly. I don't get it.
Pathetic AI. Run for your life. Oh no, there are others.
You're lucky. They only send 3 of their M stars after you for some reason.
So that's correct, Mr. Matt Ross Campbell. It is all lies. Don't ever believe the trickery of the goal. He protests far too much, too regularly.
Me
Doesn't even-
thinks the
doesn't-
lady doth protest too much.
Oh,
Doesn't
AI,
even tell you about fleet
AI,
tenders.
Oh AI, you don't cease to amuse me
I think I'm fucked.
with your stupidity. What?
Yes.
Just wait for it to catch up.
Oh, I see their fleet's coming in. Yep. Good game, goal.
I've got this. Attack the planet.
Research complete.
Are there any other fleets? I need more fleets. Oh yeah,
There-
losing this one.
Online.
I told you I wanted you. You should retreat. ISDs
not
are
retreating.
well, rip your entire fleet then.
I'm okay with that.
That is true. Actually, Tracker, we haven't actually done a grudge match yet in Soj. We did our grudge match in Interregnum, I think. Well, did we in Interregnum? We did do Soj, didn't we?
Were those things important?
Destination locked.
Why aren't you all attacking his ships? Why are you trying to bomb the planet?
Because
Oh,
I hate the population.
He's going to play you. You're not going to survive. You're just not going to survive.
Yeah. Are
But
there titans? Yes, you can build the executor in this mod.
Oh god, there goes the Luke Helg.
Yes.
What are you doing? Come on.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, is there any final questions for Soj? Because we really do need to move on to Sins of Profit.
We do. You're right. You are correct.
As
You
much
guys-
as I
you
want to
guys-
see
you-
gold
You guys got to go to bed late now. I mean, you guys got to go to bed for tomorrow for work. Is that right?
That's kind of what it is, you know. No full-time YouTube for us yet. Maybe one day. So, do we want to have a quick break, Mr. Goal?
Yeah, I think we should. If you want to put a few ads on and.
You're in charge of the dashboard, my friend. I'm logged in as myself, which sadly does. Oh no, can I do that? Can I do that? Even
Goal's already being raped by the Empire.
I'm doing fine.
Not will. Is he not? Is he going to? He is. Those ISDs are just making him go home.
This is highly unfortunate.
Taking him and slapping him around.
They are dicking all over me.
Yeah, you are going to lose.
Yeah, this is why. Don't mess with the victories of themselves.
Oh, look at them. They're so beautiful. I love the Empire.
You're just saying that because you're trying to butter up your upcoming overlords. Oh yes, and all that volume of fire.
One of our capital ships has been destroyed.
Fuck it, I'm joining the rebellion. I'm not.
Look at all the pew pew pew.
There's too many explosions. I can't see my ships.
Those are your ships.
Oh, yeah.
They are. They're gone.
I think
can you
that's
post
that.
the download link?
That's that, is it,
for
Mister? That's
download.
that.
Okay, someone's asking for download links.
On
Right,
YouTube,
let's
if you
quit and
haven't
see
already.
where we were at.
We will post
Yeah.
down the links for Soj, but I will give you the Soj links now to the downloads.
Because
Yep,
there's both a main version and then there's a patch for it.
We'll quickly go into a break, and then we will load up Sins of the Prophets, and we'll have a look at that one as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, just to there's questions in the thread
We'll go on.
in the thing before you sign off. One is that for the download for the mod, we do have a compatibility patch for version 183, also
Yep.
known as GOG version. So you can play the mod no matter where you bought it from. And for the Victory 1 and 2, the Empire by default cannot build the Victory 1. They can only build the Victory 2. There is in the add-ons pack, however, there is a mod for the Imperials getting the Victory 1.
Okay, that's good to know.
wanted to note. Yeah. And that's it really.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you for watching. We'll catch back up with you guys in about 5 minutes' time while we just have a quick break and prepare Sins of the Prophets.
Okay.
See you in a
shortly,
second,
ladies
guys.
and gentlemen.